Everybody, welcome back. We're doing another Marvel Future Revolution video. We got some details for this upcoming patch. I'm going to give you my initial impressions of those. There are some good things, some things that people probably were hoping were there. One of them, which I really thought should have been Magic Transmute. Some that people thought might have been there more, Doctor Strange buffs, but I don't think Doctor Strange is going to really get the love until we're talking, and buckle up here, March, April. I don't know. It took Star-Lord a while. I'm expecting the same thing for Strange, depending. Star-Lord is pretty broken, though. But Doctor Strange seems like he needs a little tweak here and there. So, anyway, we're going to go through these. Like I said, initial impression. If you're new to the channel, check out the Discord link in the description below. Hammer on like buttons, click notification bells, subscribe, all that sort of thing. We've been doing some gold giveaways, so check out the last video if you haven't seen it. That way you could get some gold in game. Got some codes to give away from that Marvel. All right, so let's go check it out.
Bring me WolverThor!
All right, so we got the link, the maintenance. That's basically tonight, starting at midnight Eastern, US Eastern. Looks like it lasts for about 4.5 hours. So wake up early, stay up late, depending where you live. There's something you get your gold supply box and training. They give some different rewards this time. Interesting. So okay, I need gold, so I'll take that. Hero balance pants specialization. We already know this. You're gonna get this. Some extra stuff for your specialization. So get ready to use these. I've been saying it after the patch. Make sure it's working first. Talk to a friend who's tried it. Some stuff that's ending. Some stuff that's gonna be added. We'll go through this stuff in detail. This is sort of the summary. If you want to pause it, stop now, and never watch again, I still love you. And I still hope you have a wonderful day. But if you want to let the video play for the algorithm, I'd still hold your hand and kiss you on your cheek. Or if your mouth, if you're nice. Then we got some more maintenance and update notices. Great. So let's go through the detail. All right. Already talked about it. Already talked about. Okay. Already talked about it. App capacity optimizations can be done. So whatever's happening with that, rah, shish kumbaya. I want to hear about anybody who this actually affects. So please holler down in the comments section below and or on the Discord, which is the link is in the description below. We already know about these new regions coming in. Netherworld and Niflheim for the Dark Domain. We're going to be fighting against Mephisto, and we're going to be fighting against Hela. So check that out. Looking for a couple new zones, couple new bosses, more rah shish kumbaya. Let's see. We got so this story brings the Dark Domain to an end. So this is the last chapter for this. So hopefully they'll give us a little teaser in the end of this one, like they did here in the last storyline, to let us know what's coming next. Marvel's pretty good at these things. I'm expecting it. There's something that I'm going to speculate on later with one of the companions. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm not. We know that the level is going to get extended to 120. Hopefully you saved your training tickets, your training ground tickets. There's new missions, 16 new most wanted, 24 more challenges, new collections, activity log. These are all typical things when the new areas come. Okay, it's cool. The new potential levels for the heroes, there's going to be a 5th one. Hope you've been saving any potentials for your main. I didn't save a ton, but I got a little bit, so I'm going to look and see what stats they have. Pick the right stat. Don't just start going crazy. Find the stat you think you need the most. Go finish that one first. At least that's my recommendation, depending what the stats are. The new Blitz is going to be Devil's Reign. Obviously, fighting some Mephisto here. He's the ruler of hell. He's going to try to trap your heroes and steal their souls. Doesn't sound very nice of him, but hey, you know what? You do you, boo. So then, one of the things I really like here is that, where is it at? It talks about basically in each trap, various demons rush in and swarm the hero. Once you've breached all traps, you've kind of like, you get to the next level, and then he comes out after that is sort of the final boss battle. Okay, that's cool. I dig it. I do like that it's sort of a, I mean, look, the truth is this going to be autoable right away? You know, not for anybody who's under 115, I'm guessing. If you're 110, you've probably got to be at like a 17, 18, 19, I'm guessing. If you can auto this at 12, 13, that Marble, what are you doing? But yeah, that's what I got to say about that. Let's see, anything else in there? No, I don't think so. Raid difficulty, we already know we're going to get 2 more levels here. Yay. I'm excited for this, mainly for content. So we got a new blitz, a new raid. The raids, you know, it's funny. I was listening to Halfson talk to the Alliance a little bit about his, they were going through these and kind of their first takes for this and rankings and all that sort of thing. And I have to admit that I really liked the take that everybody was doing there. One of the things that they said specifically was had to do with when we were all starting this game and we needed raid carries. For anybody who wasn't aware or maybe didn't experience it, a lot of people needed raid carries early on. Let's get back to that, where it's actually difficult. You know what I mean? A little bit, I don't know, challenge for us to actually be excited about a game. It doesn't need to, every game mode doesn't need to be difficult. Let's have a couple, right? So it's like, you know what? I need to do my raid tonight. It's a little bit hard, etc. Spectator mode for Alliance Omega Wars added. I think this is okay. We were already doing it in Discord where we'd have somebody stream and check out, the Alliance could check out that person's vision. I think the thing that I'd like most about this is if there was a few different camera angles and spectators could go to those camera angles. I think that would be really cool. A really neat dynamic, and could play into some strategy aspects of it too, depending how you go about it. So, okay, it's nothing that, you know, is gonna like get me all super hyped up and excited, but it's cool. Other things that I'd like to do for this, I think Callista mentioned this, is why not just allow more people to play? And I don't mean necessarily in the same group. I mean, you know, how about like, 2 queues, you know, let me go. I want to take in a group of, you know, 10, you know, and I want to take another group in of 15. All right, let's do that. So we got 4 new companions added. You know, I have not been talking about this at all in my save stuff. You know, I did save some draw tickets, but what I didn't save is some of those boxes that you get for your weekly Alliance rewards. I probably should have started saving those. You know, about the 2, you know, I don't know, maybe like a couple weeks before the patch hit. You know, unfortunately, I didn't do that. It's not the end of the world, but it would have been nice to, you know, have some of this stuff, because I'm guessing that a lot of these companions that come into the game, they are going to be better than the ones currently in the game. I don't want too much power creep from these because it's going to upset people. People are already going to look at this as a money mechanic. While I think it is somewhat of a money mechanic, I'm not that upset by that unless it is just like too much. If it is too much money, too quick, too much power creep, too fast, that's where you're gonna lose me. I'm not okay with stuff like that. I don't like stuff like that. It's just, I'm all for promoting the game and making sure that we get, you know, a way to support the game as a free to play, but yeah. Anyway, so the first one they've got 2 specials. They've got Ghost Rider and Mordo. The Ghost Rider one, I do like the XP gain on him. I think Mordo has XP gain, and the other special, who we'll get to, has XP gain again as well. So it does sort of incentivize you a little bit to get these because, hey, you want to have that XP gain as fast as you can, right? Yeah, it does. So, but if it's really expensive, people are like, oh, you know, what about the free to play too? Like, give them ways, give everybody ways to be able to get these at least reasonably quick off the bat there. Okay, so I would like to see that. The bonus effects though are attack and defense and HP. So all you got to do is collect these things. The bonus effect of the other one is an XP gain. I'll get to that in a second. Spoiler alert, you're gonna want to use that when you level up. All right, so the thing I like about Ghost Rider, you're gonna combine this with Burn. You know, it's interesting. So like, I'm debating using this maybe with my grenade with Widow, because if I can throw a burn on some people and then bust out Ghost Rider and it immediately stuns them, pretty sick. You know what I mean? So that wombo combo could be something that is that you're going to want to look at. So I highly recommend looking into that. If you're somebody who's got a lot of burn effects, I would highly consider looking at Ghost Rider mainly for that effect. And I would say that you're going to want to look at that potentially in PvP. You get some stuns out there. You know, I dig it. I dig it. All right, so Mordo, they talked about this guy being good for Doctor Strange or Magic. He does do some different things for them where for those 2 specifically, instantly increases attack power. I'm not so interested in that necessarily. It's nice, but it's not the primary kind of attribute that I'd be looking for here. But what I do like is that it restores ultimate gauge for summon time and reduces cooldown. What I hope this is where it like immediately cuts off like 3 seconds of cooldown or something like that. That will help the Doctor Stranges get that cooldown cycling quicker, and it's not necessarily something that's just like a general cooldown when it's up. Because if it only reduces your cooldown while you're up, that's lame. It needs to be like the Iron Man ability speed amp or whatever it's called. If it's any other hero, you got Baron Mordo fires multiple magic bullets. I don't think anybody's gonna use this guy except for Doctor Strange and Magics. I'm down. Chasm and Chuckles. Chasm. He's a rare companion. You're probably not gonna use him. He slams the ground strongly to inflict damage in circles. Reduces damage reduction effect for a certain period of time. Cool. Bonus effect is XP. I would try to get this guy at 3 stars, equip him, and so that way you can get the bonus effect. That's simple. I'll make sure to do that so you can level up quicker. Chuckles. If you're not aware of who this guy is, I wasn't. I had to Wikipedia him. He's literally shown up in like one comic. So, Bamf's Adventure. This dude is actually like a miniature version of Nightcrawler. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say the story is going to tie in Nightcrawler somehow. And you know, I didn't think this was possible, and I still don't think I do think it's possible, but I sort of want to just say it anyway. Is this a hint or Easter egg towards a future character in the game? I don't know. I don't know if it is. I think it could be, but the reason I don't think it could be is because we've got a lot of mutants, and we just got a teleporting character. So now, you know, while Magic's teleportation skills are not, you know, the same levels as Nightcrawler's, I do think that there's a potential for it to be there. So anyway, you don't want to use this guy, but anyway, he's there. It's interesting. I'm assuming part of the story. Be cool if it did somehow tie into the characters aspect of the game, because Nightcrawler's dope. We got some new cards coming in, mainly Magic. So there's a couple regular ones, Dark Domain 4, Dark Domain 6. I'm not too big into the set bonuses, even though there's a 6 set cooldown decrease bonus with these Dark Domains. Let's see, what do we got? Max damage, attack, village damage. Yeah, no, you're not gonna, don't set that for the cooldown. You will not be happy. Actually, none of those are really all that great, frankly. The special cards, the 2 magic cards, which I believe are these 2 here. One's going to be range damage decrease, and the other one's going to be melee damage decrease. We were doing some discussions in X-Force about exactly which one of those is probably better and what is range versus melee. I think that it's probably going to be range damage decrease is the one that you're going to want it the most. And I very much could see a situation where you want to try to get that in your set. I do think that people lean into defensive, you wanting to be a little bit stronger on the defensive side of things. Omega War, Alliance Omega War, everybody's really squishy. I keep talking about multipliers for defense as well as because we have so many multipliers for offense, and that's why we do so much damage. So now it's about time to build up the multipliers for defense, and this is one of them. So we'll see how this continues to evolve. I don't think they want us to be able to be like have a long drawn out fight, because that doesn't get our what's it called, whatever, when your brain flashes chemicals and gets you to be excited, endorphins, whatever. I don't think good. So anyway, I would definitely look at that one. Half brought up a good point that it does become very difficult to start changing things, but because of the new badges that are coming, you might have the opportunity to do that. So we will see how these badges roll. We will see what the stats they get. Like the other ones, the Blitz badges will be 115, which incentivize you as a player to try to get the Omega War and Dark Zone badges as well. So expect to get the Blitz badges. The badge set is Ultimate Gauge. I like that personally as a Widow, so cool. But I don't necessarily go for the Battles badge set bonuses. I just get what's got the right cores and what has the right stats for me. And the RNG on badges are so that I don't necessarily care for, pushing it up. So I have a bunch, and I'll probably do some videos. I have a bunch of stuff to open for these. I'm excited to see what I get, but the RNG on this is terrible. I know plenty of players who finished in the top 1 to 5, who got plenty of opportunities to get Omega War tokens. They got Dark Zone tokens and never got anything useful, not once. So I am skeptical at best at this, but I'm going to go ahead and do an opening for these, see what I get, and go from there. The new badge in the Dark Zone is the King of Sin. This is what you got for your Mephisto here. So your battle badge set bonus is max damage rate. It's okay for a set bonus, but you're not going to go for those for Dark Zones because frankly, you're probably not going to get very many anyway. So the one that I still like the most probably from the Dark Zone badges is the cooldown decrease. Omega War, you're going to want to have your PvP damage if you can get it anyway. It's a nice way to get towards the cap if you need it. But again, you don't get great drops from these. That's all I got to say about that. All presets have been added. We were stoked about this. We kept screaming about it. Yay, awesome, amazing, knocks it out of the park. Little disappointed about one thing, and that is where are my specializations? I want to see my specializations on this. So Netmarble, if I'm not able to scroll down and they're not there, next step, please get those in here. I understand maybe you couldn't get it coded in time, etc., but that I believe is also critical for people to play with their builds. So please continue to do that. I really want to make sure that we get something like that in game and help us get to the point where it's kind of like, all right, I just click one button and I don't need to worry about anything else. Okay, that's it. I don't need to worry about it. So please give me that. I will love you and kiss you and all of the good things, and we can actually get to what we need to do. We'll have a nice real quick cooldown there to click this button, this button, this button, and get what you want. All right. Okay, enough of that. New craftable battle badge will be out in the workshop. The part I like about this, and Ravager Britchers, my buddy, was the one who, I gotta give him credit for that, is that the one that pointed it out to me, or to us, I guess, when we were talking about it, is the nice thing here, they're giving us 120 craftability right away. This did not happen when they first brought it in. Kudos to you guys, yay. It's also 4 to 6 only, so good, and that's always been that way. All right, they're changing some balance adjustments in the Dark Zone. We'll see. This is TBD. We'll see how it feels when we get in there. It's probably going to be tough at first because they're going to buff them, and we're not going to be strong enough for it, and that's going to be super, super annoying. They're also taking some characters out of here, and also they're adding level 120 to the Dark Zone, obviously, so that's going to be in there. They're taking Loki out, Scientist Supreme out, Ulik out, Modek out. Let's see, Kingpin out, Malekith out, Ultron out, Laufey stays, Kingtron stays, Armanzola leaves, Armanzola stays, Ares stays, Dormammu stays, Maestro goes. So it adds Cull Obsidian, Demon Bear, War Machine, who's going to be a nightmare, Rotting Groot, Fenris, Mephisto, and Hellhawk. So a lot of new ones in there. I expect that to be even more problematic. They were speculating that it's probably going to mean that it's going to be even more PvP in this zone. It does not surprise me. That is sort of what they lean into with this game. So I would expect more and more and more and more PvP. Okay, so don't expect much less than that. Honestly, it's likely the way it's going to be. All right, so level of, so then we've got the training grounds, levels changed slightly. There is no 120 in here, it's just 115, so that sort of is what it is. I'm not going to stress about that too much. The balancing of villains in Dark Dimension adjusted. Again, that's just making sure that certain things are there. Epic mission reward balance will be adjusted, various rewards. Okay, hold on, what is, epic mission reward balance will be adjusted. Various rewards such as the mega cards, balance test course. Up to level 110. Okay, this is interesting. So does this mean for the epic missions that we are going to retroactively get some of these? Because the epic missions, I mean, that's yeah, okay, I need to know about this. Need to know about this. Up to 110 epic missions. Are they going to retroactively give us some of this stuff? Because those are the purple missions, right? Am I wrong? Comment below. Tell me about that. I'm curious. All right, so specializations. They're adjusting this. We know about this. I'm super stoked about this. It's going to be a big impact in the game. I hope you've been saving your specializations. Converging consumed upon equipping and unequipping active traits has been removed. Thank you. That was so annoying. I did it all the time. It was driving me nuts. Combat related autoplay is going to be improved. They talked about this. Regular autoplay autoplay with no ultimate skills, autoplay, auto use ultimate skills. I mean, I like this. They're also doing it with companion. That's a selecting setting games. I forget who mentioned it in our chat, but somebody mentioned it to the point where it was kind of like, why aren't we able to do this for the setting should be ultimate, and because some people aren't going to want to do their ultimates, whereas everybody's going to want to use their companion. So I would say that the setting, allow people to pick and choose on their setting situation for the ultimate, not the companion. I'd flip-flop those, but either way, it's nice to have it in there. Let's see, Dark Zone tokens can be obtained when acquiring an item in a Dark Zone. That's great. So they're adjusting the amounts. The amount, the match, oh, okay. So I am super happy they're fixing this. There were people manipulating or exploiting, I'll even call it, the matchmaking for Alliance Omega War. I don't know if people were doing it for Omega War. They might have been. And what was happening is they were taking off all their clothes just before the match loaded. And then after that, they would get dressed. So they drop down tiers. And it was kind of funny. Some of the people doing this were complaining about some people who go into PvP areas and like will hit somebody who's not as strong as them, yet these people were actively undressing to force themselves to fight somebody weaker. I find that very interesting and frankly hypocritical. I think it's wrong. While somebody might be upset with somebody stronger beating them in a PvP zone, it's a PvP zone. It's a boxing ring. Everybody agrees to go into the boxing ring knowing the risks associated. Whereas if you're going to an Alliance of Mega War or Mega War, you're expecting the matchmaking to be reasonable to you. So I'm really happy they fixed this. I was pushing for this a bit, so I'm glad to see it. Improvements will be made so that agents can adjust the maximum targeting range. So this is interesting. So target's going to set the target area in Omega War by adjusting max target range in game. The shorter the max range is set, the nearer the enemy were targeted. So we'll see how that works. I'm curious to see if I like it or not. It's probably going to be a test in-game type things. Improvements will be made so that opposing agents whose HP became 0 during a Mega War and an Alliance Mega War is not displayed on the minimap. Do not, like, this to me is such a minor thing, but honestly is like huge. I am so stinking stoked that this is a thing. Like, I am ecstatic, through the moon, ecstatic for it, because I always got so annoyed when I was like, where's the person? Where's the person? I can't find them. Oh, they're already dead. You know what I mean? So I am absolutely loving this. Thank you. You know, Netmarble for doing that. So that way I know if people are dead around me or not. Let's see. Improvements will be made so Battle Badge boxes, Craft and Workshop can be sorted into higher categories. Great. Improvements will be made an auto skip multiplayer content. We talked about that already. It's nice. I'll do it. I'm sort of used to it by now, which was here a little bit earlier. System improved for friend menu in different modes. Great. Improvements will be made so that locked items in storage, a card can be stored and searched. I like that. I still am looking for the major search item where it's like everything's kind of in one spot as opposed to storing things on your separate tunes. We'll see how that goes. Improvements will be made for the item recommendation. Red dot will be displayed when unequipped nano. Fine. Level 7 med kit. I'm expecting this. More gold to spend on that. More HP. It is what it is. They're adjusting the draw tab order. No big deal. Contribution squad rank will be added to the arrangement categories of Alliance members. Okay. That's fine. Improvements will be made so that agents can check the rate information of the ticket on the purchase screen. This is probably something they had to do to make sure they're disclosing certain things. Improvements will be made so that agents can distinguish companions with increased draws. Again, something I expect that they had to do anyway. Improvements will be made so that the camera mode is maintained once the game screen is closed using the home button. Great. Spawn rate of primes will be displayed on map. Now, I actually like this. It might not have necessarily seemed needed per se, but it will be good to know, oh, hey, there's a prime popping up here shortly. So I need to stick around, or, you know, you don't have to sit and wait. Improve or sit and wonder. You're always waiting. Improvements made so agents can check the rewards. Training grounds tutorial added. Training grounds will be added to the guide. Invincible. Oh, another fantastic one. Fantastic. When you arrived in revived in a Mega War, you were invincible for 10 seconds. I always thought that was too long. They've reduced it to 5 seconds. That is great. And they give you a visual effect so that you know when someone's invincible. Knocked it out of the park with this one. A minor thing, but huge. Potential names have been changed. It's just showing which some of these, you know, are becoming 1s and 2s, which means it might become a 3 later. Then they've got a bunch of fixes here. I'm going to sort of freeze the screen here. You can check it out. I didn't see anything in here earlier, which wasn't huge. There's probably going to be some things that affect specific characters, like Captain Marvel's alt gauge when she was flying in Dimensional Duel, stuff like that. There was another thing in here for Captain Marvel where it was kind of like, all right, is that going to change how she ultimately does an ability? You know, some people were certainly potentially annoyed by that, but you can feel free to pause it here. Check these out. I don't necessarily want to read these all to you. There's some decent stuff in here. Nothing that, oh, is this 14 for the Captain Marvels, where the skill effect intermittently disappears when utilizing a dodge skill in a certain motion. So I think that was sort of an invis thing. While that might annoy some Captain Marvels, I think that was sort of a not working as intended mechanic, and it sort of became a target off ability that wasn't intended. So I think they should fix all things like that, just like I said with the guided missiles thing in my last video as well. Let's see, Iron Man's Gold Adventures, that's great. See some simple stuff here that's nothing all that exciting. An issue bonus effects not granted for 2 rare Omega cards. I guess it wasn't happening, thanks. There was a Black Widow thing here that they fixed. Again, some more things down here that you can pause and check out that I didn't think are necessarily required for me to go through, but I'm excited to see it. I am overall pretty excited for the patch coming. There's some new events coming. Great. You see the ending events. Great. We'll see what the new events are. New offers, discontinued products, all your normal stuff. So this was a longer video than normal. It was a ton of patch notes. I'm excited. Let me know if you're excited or not. There's certainly things we still need, and we should continue to share with these. I still think the basis of this game is a lot of fun. And if they keep continuing improvement, I think that, you know, I'm certainly planning on continuing to play, even though I know a lot of people are frustrated, but I just think there's a lot of cool stuff in this game. So appreciate you making it this far. Hammer down like buttons, click notification bells, subscribe, all that kind of thing. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.